Leadership Nation, welcome to our daily Lead Strong Leadership video series, whereby we look to help leaders become stronger leaders by increasing their influence and thus their impact in their world and the world around them. So thank you for joining me today. If you're watching this live, thank you for showing up live. And if you're watching it on replay on our YouTube channel, feel free to like this video, comment along the way, subscribe to our channel. And if you are one of our Facebook followers and you do want to catch these live every morning, go ahead and hit the little blue bell that will notify you when we actually do them live. Otherwise, you can always watch any of our previous videos on our YouTube channel or go to our website, transforminglivescoaching.com. So today we're talking about two things that every leader must do in order to be effective. Okay? So what we have here as a title on the board is leadership effectiveness, and we have two areas that I'm going to fill in for you here in a moment. But what I've learned on my journey of my own leadership journey through the military and through running various different businesses, my successes and my failures have all been predicated on these two things. Okay? Meaning that the failures that have shown up, and one thing about me that if you're new to following me in the leadership journey, my style is very authentic, okay? I don't dress up in suits. You won't go to my website and see some fancy corporate marketing. It's very authentic. I like to talk to people from a people-to-people perspective, show you who I am. And I believe one of the greatest values that I have as a coach and a consultant for leaders and business owners is I'm willing to share my successes and my failures so they can be the model for you to make great decisions by which you understand the boundaries of what success looks like and failure looks like in business. And so I say that to say that every failure I've had in business and life for that matter, I've analyzed to use it as progress to refine who I can become. And every success that I've had in business, I use to basically be the model by which I want to duplicate and replicate. And the interesting part is both elements, success and failure, have these two primary elements in them. And they've been critical to my successes, and the lack thereof, I can point right back to my failure. So understand, failure to do these is going to create potential failure, right? I'm not going to say you are going to fail. All I'm saying is in business, we always evaluate risk and determine the things that we're looking to do to analyze whether or not they're going to significantly increase our successes or decrease our success. Is this going to significantly increase my failure, or is it going to decrease my failure? And I believe these two things are going to make you more effective as a leader. That's going to allow you to increase your ability to be successful and decrease failure. And the lack thereof, you'll have the vice versa. So let's look at the first one. You ready for this? Now, this isn't anything genius per se, but I promise you when I put them together and explain them to you, it's going to make a lot of sense. So the first one, you ready? Here we go. It's planning. Whoa. Duh, Chris. Duh, we all knew that. Yeah, I know, but here's the interesting part. We all know it, but we don't do it. It's kind of like kids. They know they need to brush their teeth. They know they need to eat their vegetables, but why don't they do it? Here's my question for you leaders. Why aren't you planning? Here's why. We look at success, failures, increase, decrease, etc. Failure to plan is planning to fail. If you want to be effective as a leader, you better have a plan, okay? Don't be the real estate agent that goes on the appointment and wings it. Don't be the salesperson that wakes up in the morning and says, hey, you know what? I don't really have a plan of who I'm going to call today. I'll just wing it, right? Like, don't be the person on social media that just wings it. We all know that person, and you know they're winging it. Why? Because one minute they're the happiest thing, and they're portraying this happy life, and the next thing they're emotional and judgmental and opinionated and blah, blah. Have a plan for your social media, leaders. Have a plan for your business. Have a plan for your life. Have a plan for your day. Because here's why. Failure to plan is planning to fail. And it's okay when you're on your own journey. I think you can get away with it. Right? Like some people are effective enough as achievers that they can wing it and get away with it. But I promise you this, we're talking leadership effectiveness. You want to lead yourself through winging it? Fine. You're not affecting too many people other than yourself. But when you start leading other people, you better be planning. You better be good at planning, because failure to plan is planning to fail. And when you fail and you become the vehicle to someone else's failure because of your failure to plan, that's a tough burden to bear. Okay? Now, here's the thing. We must create plans, right? And in the military, we used to say the best plan that's never executed is nothing more than a useless plan. But pardon my French here, but a half-assed plan that is effectively executed is greater than the greatest plan never executed. Okay? So you don't have to be great at planning. I know for a lot of leaders, they're held back by, I don't know how to write a business plan. Well, let me help you with that, right? I'm not going to be a coach that's going to have you sit down and write this big elaborate business plan. Go to your SBA, your Small Business Association, to do that. I can help you with executive business plans. I can help you with creating a business plan that you can knock out in 30 to 45 minutes that'll be very effective once you execute it. You see, here's what I know about planning. If you look to attract talented people to your organization, because that's what all leaders should be looking to do, is build their organization on people who have passions assimilated to theirs and that can be effective and productive just like they have been. But if you're going to hire a bunch of people that don't know how to plan and they're going to wing it, and you're in a whole entire organization of winging, you're increasing your chances of failure. Okay? But yet, if you hire leaders that are effective planners and you're not going to be leading them very long, because they're going to leave you. They don't need you. In order to be the vehicle to someone else's success, you must be a good planner. Okay? So we're not going to beat that up anymore. I think you get the message there, but the interesting part here is planning actually precedes this next one. Ready? I want you to write this down on your notes. Hopefully if you watch these videos, you're taking notes, because that's what good leaders do too. They take notes. Planning precedes preparation. Look, the best laid plan that does not execute preparation, you're not going to be effective. I don't care how great your plan is. You must prepare. Look, one of the things I've done over the last decade plus is study successful people. And one of the things I've been really digging into the last 2 years is studying successful sports organizations, right? Like, how and why do these organizations succeed at such a high level? And let's look at the Patriots, for instance, okay? I'm not a big Patriots fan. I don't really like their organization. Those that do, you're just loyal to them because that's your team. But you have to respect them. Okay? You have to respect their achievement. And I believe their achievement doesn't come because they have the best team on the field. Look, they may have the best quarterback, but they clearly don't have the best talent. There's many other talented teams. Quite frankly, I believe the Atlanta Falcons as a team were much more talented than the team that was assembled on the field in the Super Bowl with the Patriots. But what makes the difference? What makes the difference game in and game out, week in, week out, year in and year out, that causes the Patriots to just dominate the rest of the league, I believe is preparation. Bill Belichick and his staff has mastered preparation. They master preparation for the year, they master preparation for their schedule, they master preparation for their opponent, and they master preparation week in and week out, and they master preparation daily. Look, preparation is probably the most critical element for effectiveness. Like I said, you can have a half-assed plan, but if you prepare at a really high level, do you really think that Bill Belichick and his staff had the best plan week in and week out? Here's the reality. In combat, we used to say that your plan is only as good as the first bullet or bomb that blows up or is shot. Okay? The second that a bullet is shot or a bomb blows up, in essence, the second that the one thing that comes in and creates chaos in your world, your plan goes to crap. But how you prepare for your enemy, how you prepare for your competition, how you prepare for your day, how you prepare for those you're looking to influence is going to make the biggest difference. You see, Bill Belichick and his staff and his team, they dominate not because they're the smartest or they're the most talented, but I believe they dominate because they are the most prepared. They're most prepared for the season, they're most prepared physically, they're most prepared for adaptation, and they're most prepared for their competitor. And the environment, right? Like, I just think they were the most prepared overall for the Super Bowl, even though they were down by 31 points in the fourth quarter. They were the most prepared to adapt. You see, I believe the Falcons lost because they couldn't adapt because of lack of preparation for adaptation. So here's what I want you leaders to know. Leadership effectiveness is foundational on planning. Planning precedes preparation. Leaders, achievers out there, real estate agents, are you just winging your day? Or are you planning for it? Are you winging your week? Or are you waking up Monday morning or before you go to bed Sunday night? You're planning for your week. Are you preparing for your lead generation activities, or are you just showing up and picking up the phone and calling people? Are you preparing with a script and practicing your scripts and conducting script practice and role play, or are you just saying, I don't need a script, scripts are canned, I'll do whatever the heck I want? Are you winging it, or are you preparing? Because here's what I know. I tell people all the time, whatever your model is, tell me the person who wrote the #1 bestseller on that book that's in the section of achievement or personal achievement. Here's why. Because I've yet to walk into Barnes & Noble and go into the achievement section or the personal development business section and read the book of the #1 bestseller of I Winged My Way to Success. But I promise you this, every single one of those books has elements of planning and preparation. So if you want to be effective as an achiever, you want to be effective as a leader, you must master these two. And here's what I want you to take away from today's message. Planning precedes preparation. Planning precedes preparation. And preparation propels progress. Right? We've done a video before where success is not predicated on perfection, it's progress. You can't hold yourself or anyone else to a level of expectation that cannot be met. Perfection cannot be met. Go back and watch that video and understand why. So we understand that planning precedes preparation, and preparation propels progress, and progress creates the level of achievement that we are looking for in our own lives and our organizations, as well as those that are following us. Because if you create progress, what you're creating is forward movement and trajectory. And that's when you can be the vehicle to other people's success. So here's what I ask of you. If you like this video, give me some thumbs up if you're watching live. If you're watching on YouTube, give us a like this video. But most of all, guys, I want you to understand something. We don't do this to sell you on anything. We do this to add massive value to the world. If there's someone that you know needs to hear this video or any of our other videos, please share it with them. Share this video on your Facebook wall, because I know you know other leaders or achievers that would love to hear this message. Feel free to put in your ahas, your questions, and your comments. Allow us to continue to coach you online. And if nothing else, if I can help you in any other way in your leadership or your achievement journey, hit me up at chris@transforminglivescoaching.com. And once again, if you want to find out more about us, check us out at transforminglivescoaching.com. And allow us to continue to pour into you each week through our exclusive VIP community. Sign up for that. You'll get a video every single Saturday that you can chew and stew on for the weekend that's going to increase your performance and your leadership journey along the way. Thank you for joining me today. Remember one thing. God loves you. So do I. Lead strong and have a powerful rest of your day. Take care.